Getting from this to this requires money, a lot of it. But neither the World Bank nor the Asian Development Bank can fund all the projects currently on the drawing board. That's where the Asian Infrastructure and Investment Bank comes in, says Amy Studdard at the Center for Strategic and International Studies.
There's a huge infrastructure gap in Asia. There's the World Bank itself estimated, I think, that it was $2.5 trillion worth of investment needs to happen in South Asia and Southeast Asia alone.
Others say the failure of U.S. lawmakers to approve reforms to the IMF and World Bank that would have given emerging economies a stronger voice may have inadvertently given Beijing the opening it needed. Here's U.S. Treasury Secretary Jack Lew.
And until these reforms are in place, the United States runs the risk of seeing its preeminent role in these institutions eroded, especially as others are establishing new and parallel financial institutions.
Officially, the U.S. recognizes the need for institutions like AIIB, but behind closed doors, it's accused of pressuring allies to steer clear, a tactic which may have backfired. So far, 35 countries have joined, including Britain, France, and Germany. And why not, says former Goldman Sachs asset manager Jim O'Neill.
It can only be good for the world economy. And the only surprise to me in this debate is why others don't think it's a good idea. I think it makes the US look a little bit insular, to be honest.
But there may be reason to tread carefully. Far from being transparent, Amy Studdard says governance of the Beijing-led institution could be a challenge for member countries.
The fear that the development community still has about this is it's China. The process is very opaque. It's not clear that any governance initiative or any attempt to shape governance standards in this way that allows for checks and balances will necessarily work over the longer term.
The concern is that China might use the bank to serve its own geopolitical interests. That need not be the case, says World Bank President Jim Yong Kim, who plans to work closely with both AIIB and a new development bank founded by the BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa.
We at the World Bank Group see these development banks as potentially very strong allies in tackling the enormous challenge of bringing much-needed infrastructure to the developing world.
Experts say non-member countries like the U.S. may be missing out on an opportunity to help shape policy at the new investment bank, which officially launches April 15. Milar Sega, VOA News, Washington.